It is not the droplet of water that wears away the mighty stone, but it is Daryl Guberman's persistence. My name is Daryl Guberman. I am the CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. We also do ISO certification, all derivatives, and we are the competitor against ANSI ANAB. ANSI ANAB has 10 different companies in China that could issue an ANAB accredited certificate. In 2015, the International Accreditation Forum, which is a repository for both national and international accreditation bodies, those accreditation bodies that reside on the IAF are equivalent in accreditation to ANSI ANAB. ANSI ANAB are underwriters for the IAF members and also the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation in Australia, which means this in a nutshell. At one time, they used to say, we only certify the system, not the product. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to illuminate you. Since they are an underwriter, they now take product responsibility onto themselves. Do you hear that, Mr. Tassett from Lockheed and Mr. Calhoun? But the problem is that they sit on ANSI's board, Lockheed and Boeing. Boeing has a very intimate relationship because they have ANSI ANAB or international equivalent on their supplier portal. In their procedures, Lockheed, they have ANSI ANAB. They don't have the international equivalent, though. That's pretty good. What are you going to do? This video today is about China's new frigate. Design looks awfully familiar to the Lockheed Martin LCS Littoral Battleship. And I'm going to tell you why. We first have to go to this. This is a very nice flow chart. You have NIST, SP800, and CMMC and CMMI. What that does is that's basically governmentally shoved down people's throats, government contractors. Also, the NIST SP800 is supposed to be a cybersecurity deal, yet between 2015 and 21, NIST was on and is on ANSI ANAB. They are getting financed through a Gordon Gillerman who sits on ANSI's board, and he got $120,000 tax-free through a royalty payment. Now it's called various, whatever various means to the IRS. I guess that's another confusing term. You can see this, NIST, ANSI ANAB, you can see all of that mess. The sad part is the Dominion voting machines, from what I gathered, was also certified by the National Voluntary Laboratory Program, NVLP, and they certified the Dominion machines, which they are easily hacked. I have the data. 2017, they came up with many articles concerning the fragility of that voting style. We had to go back to the old-fashioned click, 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 and pull the lever, and that's it. But wherever there's a man or wherever there's a rat trap, there's always a bigger rat that will figure it out. But this is very terrible with the NIST SP800. In fact, in their procedures, it said the companies that are supposed to issue you that certificate is supposed to be IAF recognized. And at the time that was written, the IAF was watched over by Communist China from 2015 to 2021. They also, in 2013, the National Vulnerability Database that is run by the Department of Commerce and NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, was hacked. And they had to shut down their website because it was hacked so bad by China. NIST also has the NIST MEP program, which is the Manufacturing Extension Partnership, which is 50 strong in 50 states, and they get both federal and state money, where 64.85% of that goes to pay their management and personnel. How I know that? I had dealings with them back in about 2015. Not good, especially when I went to George Jepsen, then Attorney General, who he was president of the National Attorney Generals of whatever, NAAG, National Association of Attorney Generals. And guess what? They sat on ANSI, and they were working with ANSI on cybersecurity issues and all that. Yes, and Mr. Jepsen. Oh, unbelievable. Sad thing, though, is, yes, China's new frigate design looks awfully familiar, and it's terrible because you know how they get this? They don't get it through espionage. They were watched over. IAF was watched over, International Accreditation Forum, between 2015 and 21. You have major companies and federal agencies who got their asses hacked that sit on ANSI's board, and ANSI ANAB sat on the IAF, right over by China. And the worst thing is, in 2015, oh, sorry about that. In 2015, Lockheed Martin, here it is. With China's okay, Lockheed Martin closes in on the purchase of Sikorsky aircraft. And you had Rosa DeLauro, Jim Himes, Chris Murphy, and Richard Blumenthal all compliment Lockheed Martin for working with an international regulator, Communist China. So can we say they're communist sympathizers? We have to say something because they approved it, condoned it, and put their signature on it. But they also get paid by Lockheed through the Lockheed Disbursements Program that is in every state, both Democrats and Republicans getting it. I am going to stop here. The rest of the data will be found down below. But before I just leave, and here you go. Here's a perfect example of Chinese espionage. You have the F-35 and the copycat F-35. You have the Black Hawk helicopter and the Chinese version of the Black Hawk helicopter. I don't make this up. 203-556-1493 or Daryl, TQRS @yahoo.com. And I thank you.